and welcome to the new and hopefully improved Tech Total Access. I'm your host for this season, Alexis Craighead. We're doing things a little differently this year. We'll still have all the coverage of Hokie sports you expect from TTA, but this season we'll be bringing you with more highlights, more interviews, and most importantly, more football. Today, we will start with what the football team has been up to this week. After 2 consecutive home losses to East Carolina and Georgia Tech, the Hokies are preparing to take on Western Michigan. VTTV's Jill Hurt has more from practice this week.
This week, the Hokies are getting ready for their game against Western Michigan and working hard in practice to bounce back from their 2-game losing streak against East Carolina and Georgia Tech. Here's what players and coaches had to say after practice on Tuesday.
Since the bowl streak started, I think 3 times we started out 2-2, and each of those years we won at least 10 games. I know we started out 0-2 and ended up winning the Sugar Bowl against Texas. Last time I think we started out with a conference loss. We won the next seven conference games. So, history's been good to us. But as I told our football team yesterday, we've done it in the past, and you can't assume it's going to happen again. We're not a good football team right now. We're just too many penalties, too many mistakes, too much not coming up with a play. But we can be a good football team, and it's up to us to get there. And we're not there right now. I think everyone fully understands that.
It's definitely frustrating, but we're looking forward to improving our little things, and then just executing everything, minimizing the penalties, and just starting off a lot faster than we usually do. I mean, these past couple games we were starting off slow.
I'm extremely confident in his play, and I think the whole team is. Do you want to turn the ball over? No, but is it going to happen? Absolutely. He had, like Sam said, he had a great game, except for I think the only mistakes he made that were poor were the 3 turnovers, and he had 3 mistakes. I had 7 mistakes. They just went unnoticed because, of the position that I play and the position that he plays is a little bit different. He's the kind of guy, which is a good quality. He's the kind of guy that I talked to him. I said, hey, it sucks that happened, but you played a great game other than that. And he's the guy that doesn't say, yeah, I did play a good game, and it was more of that's even worse, that he played so well except for three bad plays. And he's the guy that, owns up to those mistakes, and it means a lot to him. So I think he's gonna, work to get those diminished.
We're definitely not happy about it. No one's happy about losing. It's never fun losing a game. But we got to move on. We got to pick up really tomorrow during practice and today watching film. And we just got to get back on the horse and just keep going, keep working, keep grinding. And that's what we're going to do. And we're going to come back out and we're going to be ready Saturday. And we're going to keep fighting.
It's embarrassing, first of all, for that to happen. It's an absolute joke. Not to happen once is a joke. To happen 4 times is not good, obviously. I think it's a combination. It's us, what we're demanding in practice and making sure that we're doing a good job of communicating and screaming it out on and off the field during practice. And then it's on them as well, the guys that are out there on the field. We've got to do a better job on the field when we call the personnel, we signal the personnel, but the guys that are on the field, they see the signal and they see people coming on and off. They've got to echo it. Because sometimes it may be a receiver that's 35 yards downfield or a fullback that's 35 yards downfield that has to run back and get in the huddle. We all need to be echoing it. So we're all equally involved.
We're just trying to get refocused. This is a marathon. It's hard to run it on one leg, so we got to stop shooting ourselves in the foot. We got to be accountable and hold guys accountable and do the right things to get us back in position. Because sitting at 2-0, I don't want to say we bought into the hype or anything like that, because that wasn't our mindset. You take teams like we get punched in the mouth, and that doesn't look good for this program, and that's not a representation of who we are.
But I truly believe, and I think our football team truly believes, that everything is still right there. As ugly as that was, I think everything is still right there for us. You know, if you ask me, start out the way we started last year and end the way we ended last year, or we could get hot, and I would rather get hot. Me personally, you know. Now, obviously, you know, we just got to win. Do the things that help you win. You know what I mean? And that's play good technique, good fundamental, play hard, and then obviously those things that you do that shoot you in the foot to kill you. You know, so we just got to keep believing and knowing that I mean, look at the focus we played with and the energy level and the overall just total focus at Ohio State. So there's nobody out there we can't beat. You know, but there's nobody out there that can't beat us. We've demonstrated that too.
Don't worry, 74 people were picked before me in the NFL draft. To fight childhood obesity, United Way and the NFL are helping kids play at least 60 minutes a day.
Okay, time for the team obstacle course. Yay!
What this place needs is more healthy kids. To get involved or donate, go to unitedway.org/play60. Now I get it.
Checking your fantasy league?
Nah, just my 401k statement.
Nice. Where'd you find the money for that?
I just been saving a little every month.
I can't seem to save anything.
Well, what about all this? What about the money you're spending?
What money? It's gone before I can get my hands on it.
I got a pizza for a Todd.
Hey, can somebody spot me?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
It's 547.
Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
Now that you've heard from the team, let's hear what our football experts have to say on the upcoming game against the Broncos. Our experts for the season are Ricky LeBlue and Rachel Franks.
Okay, Ricky, so of course I want to talk about Western Michigan, but first we have to talk about the loss to Georgia Tech.
Yeah, Michael Brewer, I mean, he's played well so far this season, but he had an awful game against Georgia Tech. He had 3 interceptions, and so far this season, he's struggled to take care of the ball. He's got 8 picks now on the year. He needs to get the ball out quick and stop forcing throws.
I mean, it wasn't only Michael Brewer, though. Coaches, we had a ton of penalties, play calling, the defense.
There were 12 flags for 79 yards against Georgia Tech, many of which were illegal substitution penalties. And even though those are usually only 5-yard penalties, they add up. And when you start doing that, they kill drives, and it can hurt your offense. And like you said with the defense as well, 4th and long in Tech's own territory, and they give up a huge pass. When you have something like that, just that kind of defensive breakdown, it kind of kills, a team. And they allow Justin Thomas to wreak havoc on them all day long. Georgia Tech ran for 250 yards and averaged 5.7 yards a carry. Anytime they do that, they're going to win.
I said last week the key to the game was going to be to disrupt Justin Thomas, and we didn't do that. And also, I'm not going to lie, I've just been disappointed in the secondary. You expect, if everything else falls apart, the secondary's got our back.
Yeah, Kendall Fuller, he's played pretty well. We expected that coming into the season. The one problem has been Brandon Faison. He has been dealing with a leg injury that affected him in the offseason. He missed a lot of practice. They are considering doing a medical red shirt for him now. They are going to apply for that. So it looks like his season may be over. Chuck Clark is going to have to step up, and as well as Donovan Riley in the cornerback position.
Yeah, I heard they announced that today. Chuck Clark, definitely. I used to say Bonner was the weak link of our defensive back. Chuck Clark is the new weak link of our defensive back.
Yeah, the safeties seem like they actually played pretty well. Dietrich Bonner and Kaishawn Jarrett were able to keep Georgia Tech from getting beat downfield. However, Donovan Riley and Chuck Clark were struggling, as well as Brandon Faison. Right now, the main bright spot in the secondary is Kendall Fuller.
Kendall Fuller, any Fuller is always a bright spot for Virginia Tech.
Got that right.
So coming into this matchup, I'm sort of feeling good. I mean, I'm feeling bad, but in the last 3 times we played Western Michigan, we won 104-0.
Yeah, Hokie fans should expect a completely different game from Virginia Tech. You're facing a Western Michigan team that went 1-11 last year. Granted, they do have a lot of young talent. They have one of the top recruiting classes among non-Power 5 conferences. But if Virginia Tech wants to win the game, they're going to have to stop turning the ball over. Mainly Michael Brewer, he's got to convert third downs and stop throwing interceptions.
I think we really need to see Michael Brewer have a good game, build his confidence back up, and build the team's confidence back up in him. Like you said, Western Michigan's looking better this year. They already have 2 wins. Maybe not against the best teams, but their record is better than ours right now at 2-2.
Yes.
So it'll definitely be, I think, a closer game than it has been in the past. But I expect to see the Hokies come out on top.
Yes, and the one thing about Western Michigan too is that they can pass and they can throw the ball, but they're primarily good at their running game. They're averaging their 17th best running game in the nation right now. Jarvion Franklin is their lead running back. He's got 542 yards and 9 touchdowns so far on this young season. He's playing very well. And as much as Virginia Tech struggled against Georgia Tech in their run game, the Hokies need to come out strong and shut him down and force Western Michigan to throw the ball more.
That's going to be concerning because we just found out Luther Matty tore his meniscus 2 games ago, played last game against a chalk blocking team. Maybe not the best coaching decision there, but we'll definitely see if our defensive line that's pretty depleted can come in and perform well.
Yeah, Corey Marshall's going to have to step up big, as well as Nigel Williams and Kenny Canham. They're going to have to really stop this running game because Luther Matty is one of the best defensive tackles in the nation, and having him out for possibly 4 weeks is going to hurt.
It's definitely going to hurt. Okay.
So guys, what are your predictions for this week's game?
I think Virginia Tech is going to come out strong. I have a final score: Virginia Tech 41, Western Michigan 14. I think you're going to see a lot less turnovers and consistent ball movement.
And I'm going to go with Virginia Tech 34 and Western Michigan 9. I don't think we're going to allow them a touchdown, but maybe some field goals.
Thanks, guys. The women's soccer team is currently ranked number 2 in the country and are undefeated at 10-0. They took on number 17 Clemson on Friday in their ACC home opener. Noelle Lane was at the game to give you the inside scoop.
Hi, this is Noelle Lane reporting for VTTV here at Thompson Field, where the Virginia Tech Hokies just beat the Clemson Tigers 2-0.
Thompson Field erupted Friday night when Tech's women's soccer won its 10th straight game. This was the ACC home opener. Both teams entered the game undefeated and looking to clinch this victory. The first 20 minutes was back and forth until Muriel Turnin scored the first goal of the game. After that, there was not another score in the first half. To start the second half, Tech's Jordan Coburn got a red card. However, this did not keep the Hokies from letting Clemson score a goal. They only allowed Clemson to take 1 shot on goal the whole second half. Towards the end of the second half, Ashley Muriel fired a shot and it went straight into the goal. The rest of the game remained scoreless. The final score was 2-0. This is only the start of Tech's ACC battle. They will play again Thursday, September 25th at 7 p.m. on Thompson Field.
Did a good job. Clemson's a good team. They've been getting better and better the last few years, and I think they've had a good non-conference schedule. So I think they did a good job matching the intensity. We've got to regroup, get ready. We'll be without Joe against Notre Dame next Thursday, so that's a bummer, but that's just kind of how it goes.
It means so much. I mean, it's our first ACC game. It's a huge match for us. We knew Clemson was a good side, so we just came out ready, rearing to go, and luckily got. Had an unfortunate red card there, but we were lucky enough to come out with the win. We toughed it out, and it was just a great team effort.
The men's soccer team had a big week with wins over George Washington and Wake Forest. VTTV's Jill Hurt has more.
I'm at Thompson Field where the Hokies just beat George Washington 1-0. The men's soccer team notched their 3rd win in a row when they defeated the George Washington Colonials 1-0 on Wednesday. Coming off 2 wins against UNC Greensboro and Wake Forest, the Hokies played confidently and strong, not allowing George Washington a single goal. Although the Colonials outshot the Hokies 17-15, Virginia Tech had an 11-3 advantage in corner kicks. George Washington tallied 8 shots while the Hokies notched 4 in the first half, but the half was scoreless. Freshman goalkeeper Ben Lundgaard matched George Washington's keeper with 2 saves each in the first half. Both teams increased offensive pressure in the second half, combining for 20 total shots. The first and only goal of the game came when sophomore Sam Asone dribbled down the left sideline and passed the ball to freshman Ricardo John, who slipped it past the keeper to put Tech up 1-0. The Hokies continued their attempts to score, including several combination plays between SM and John, but no additional goals were scored. Lundgaard finished the game with 4 total saves. After the game, I got to talk to SM, John, and Coach Brizendine. Here's what they had to say.
We put a lot of effort in it, and our coach told us to put more energy into our games and be better than the other team and try to beat them in every position, and I think we did it. I wish that I could score a goal too, but I mean, we won 1-0, and I did my job, the whole team did the job, so I'm really glad that this happened. Yeah, he asked me if I'm good, and I wanted to play, I wanted to score a goal. So
it's always great to score a goal. It's a winning goal, so it's always great. We came out, we know we had to work as a team, fight for each other. Once we got the goal, it was good.
I was happy that we were able to press through and get the result, but we didn't play particularly well tonight. The most important thing is matching their intensity, and I thought we did a decent job of that, especially in the second half. I thought we came out hungry to score. We scored 3 minutes into that, so I was pleased about that, and had a couple of opportunities. I would have felt much better had we scored 2 or 3 goals tonight. Breaking them down, I knew was going to be difficult, but I also knew that Sam and Ricardo and Niels and Merlin were playing very well right now, so I know that it would be hard to keep us off the board with the way that those guys are playing, and I'm glad they were able to show it.
Reporting for VTTV, this is Jill Hurt.
So good to see you guys. So, what's up?
Oh, we finally bought a place.
Holy cow.
You seriously have enough saved to do that?
We've been putting a little aside each month.
Jeez, at the end of the month, we have nothing left to save.
Yeah, I have no idea where it goes.
Well, you're spending a lot on...
Was it good?
Oh, God.
Oh, how is my account overdrawn?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
I've got a job to do today.
I've got a job to do today.
Have a good first day at work, Mom.
Your donations to Goodwill fund job training programs right in your community.
Feels good to start fresh, right?
Sure does. And like that, you're a job creator.
The next 30 seconds can save you a lot of money. Just do your laundry in cold and stick to full loads. Auto-sleep your computers. Plug your gadgets in a power strip and switch it off when you're done. Headed out? Turn back your thermostat by 10 degrees. And drive sensibly. The more energy you save, the more money you save. Find other great tips at energysaver.gov.
It was the volleyball team's home opener this weekend when they hosted the Hokie Invitational. The girls went 3-0 in the tournament, and DJ was on the scene to talk to players and coaches after the game.
I think we were very consistent with our offensive game. We didn't give away a lot of points. We scored quite a bit, and we didn't make unforced errors. So for us, that's the key to our game. If we can do that, we're pretty tough to beat. Lindsay and Amanda played very, very well, both offensively and defensively, and if they do that, we're pretty tough to stop. Well, I think we could beat anybody. If we play well, we can play with anybody. So for us, it's an opportunity to keep trying to improve on our game and make it harder on other teams to score. Our goal is always make the NCAA tournament, finish in the top part of the ACC. The ACC is very good right now. We've got 3 teams in the, I think, top 16 in the country. So we're looking forward to that challenge, and we want to be one of those 3-4 teams as well.
Just the team, I want to do my job for the team. Getting digs, it helps the setter, helps us get other kills, and, getting kills obviously helps us get points, My main thing is just, as long as I do my job, everything else is going to come. You kind of get a little more flustered when you try and overdo it, so as long as you just take care of your responsibilities, you're good. So I think we can be anyone, honestly, you know, at any given day, anyone can be anyone. And, you know, I think if we're on our game, we're running what we need to do, we're serving well, we're getting teams out of system, passing-wise, we're, you know, getting at least 2 passes, we can be almost anyone just because we're not the biggest, we're not like the strongest, but I think we can beat a lot of teams with speed. So I think that's really good for us.
I would say definitely the crowd. I thought it was awesome to come in here and see at least the whole half completely filled, and that was really exciting because it's our first home game, so that definitely pumped me up and got me excited when everyone was cheering and the band. It was awesome.
You wouldn't let money just blow out of your house. So when your AC or heater is on, make sure the doors, windows, and fireplace flue are shut tight. If you're headed out, turn down the AC or lower the heat by 10 degrees. And always keep your water heater set at 120. A little bit of common sense goes a long way. Get more great tips at energysaver.gov.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
Every day across America, excess food is gathered by a network of good people at local food banks, giving hope to millions of children who struggle with hunger. They've earned their wings, and you can too. Together, we can solve child hunger. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Brittany Coip had the privilege of talking with former Hokie running back David Wilson this week about returning to Tech to finish his degree.
So how does it feel to be back at Tech after everything you've done, being through the NFL and now back here, about to finish school and everything like that?
Finishing school is definitely important because I left early. I was a junior when I got drafted, so to get back here and finish my degree is definitely one of my goals that I wanted to accomplish. And you know, coming back to Virginia Tech and still being able to compete in track and field, I wouldn't be competing for the college, but I'd be training here and going to school and hopefully being in the Olympics in 2016.
So how strange is it to not be playing in a game this weekend?
I'm kind of familiar with it because I came up a couple times when I was getting recruited, and I used to come to the game. So I committed my senior year, and I used to come waiting for my opportunity to be in Lane Stadium running touchdowns.
So you've had a career in both football and track, but you've decided to come back and train at Tech. What's the reason for that?
Because I got to come back and finish my degree. I don't have to, but I want to. And that, like I stated before, that's something that's really important, and I want to get back into that and finish what I started.
So what made you want to choose train for the Olympics? I know that you couldn't play football anymore, so you just decided to go for the Olympics?
Yeah, I was national champion twice in high school and then All-American in college. And I never really was training for triple jump. So I figured if I put full focus into that instead of putting full focus in football, I could compete with the best of them.
Are there any other goals you have while you're here at Tech or things you want to accomplish?
No, just make a positive impact wherever I'm at. So that's what I want to do.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
President. No, I'm just playing. Only time will tell. Probably have a family in 5 years, which is strange. I'm kind of young, but yeah, I'm very family oriented. I don't know. That's a hard question.
I'm sorry. Not trying to put you on the spot. All right. So, what are your thoughts on how the Giants are playing this season? They're 0-2 going in. How do you think they're going to do fare for the rest of the season?
So far, they haven't played an NFC team in their conference. You still got Dallas, you got the Redskins, and you got the Eagles. And and they haven't played any one of those teams. So as long as they win against those guys and get back on this winning streak this week, I think we'll be all right. We've been in tough situations before. We'll overcome. We got great players on the team, and I practice with those guys. So I'm looking forward to seeing them get their win, just like I am for Virginia Tech today.
Dad, that was my last and final question. How do you think the Hokies are going to fare the rest of the season after a really tough loss last weekend?
When I was here my sophomore year, we lost to JMU, and that was really bad. But we went on after that to be undefeated and win the ACC championship. So Coach Beamer is going to get these guys rallied up, and these guys know how important this game is. And you know, they hungry and ambitious, and they want to win just as bad as anybody else. So they're going to go out here and do what they got to do today and play Hokie football.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time.
That's all we have for you on this edition of Tech Total Access. We hope you have enjoyed the changes to the show. Don't forget to tune in next week for more hard-hitting sports action. And as always,
Go Hokies!